Hi, Jane here to Verily Mobile Beauty. Today I'm going to talk to you about self-tanning tips. So things you can do if you want to self-tan for a party, or you're going on holiday, or you just want to have a more tanned looking skin. So first thing I would recommend is 24 hours before you plan to self-tan is to do any hair removal so that that's all done and your skin has a chance to settle before you put the self-tan on. Also 24 hours before, give yourself a good moisturise so it lets all the moisturiser sink into your skin and you've got none sitting on the surface, which will create a barrier between your skin and the self-tan. So do a good moisturise. So on the day, you'd be looking to exfoliate. You want to get rid of any dry skin on your body or wherever you plan to self-tan. So particularly working, if you're doing your body, around the feet, ankles, knees, elbows, hands area, all the dry skin areas. It's really important to give them a good exfoliate, and then you get a better colour distribution. So basically you then want to moisturise your dry areas of skin. So again, your feet, your ankles, your knees, hands and elbows. And if you're doing your face, if you're self-tanning your face, put a good amount of moisturiser through your eyebrows and onto your top lip, just to stop the colour absorbing there more generously. So you can use a mitt or you can use your hands to apply self-tan. If you are using your hands, I would recommend disposable gloves, and it just stops the colour penetrating into your hands and discolouring your palms. You're obviously using your hands to rub in the colour, and if you're using your hands without gloves, then your palms will absorb a lot of the colour and it will stain your hands. So if you've got gloves on, it just helps prevent that. So I would recommend you apply one area at a time. If you're doing your body, start from the bottom and work up, and put the majority of the colour in the middle of the limb. So if you're doing your legs, then start with the calves, put the majority of the colour on your calves first, and then just with any residue, roll down onto your feet, around your ankles and over your knees, just because these areas will absorb the colour more strongly. So just put the residue down on those areas, don't put a whole load. And again, if you're doing your arms, pop the majority of the colour in the middle of your forearm and your upper arm, and then just literally wipe down any residue onto the hands, around the wrist and over the elbow area. Once you've applied, I would massage in really well as well. The more you massage it in, the more chance there is that you'll cover the area without any streaks. So just keep on rubbing it into one area at a time, to make sure you've covered the whole thing, and just keep going for as long as really the cream feels slippy, and that will give you a really good coverage. Once you've applied, then use a tissue to blot the dry skin areas. So just pop a tissue over your knee and hold your hand over that area just to take off any excess colour. And again, with your ankles, your feet, your hands, your elbows, do the same thing. Also, if you're applying on your face, then wipe through your eyebrows and just blot over your upper lip area just to take off any excess colour in those areas. Once you've tanned, wear loose clothing, just until the tan dries, and then you won't get any lines and rubs and what have you if you've got very loose clothing on. It will just help it to settle into your skin and to colour evenly. And I would suggest, if you're going on holiday, you're wearing a very low-backed dress or a cut-out back dress, unless you've got somebody to help you do your back at home, I would always suggest a professional tan at that point, just because it gives you a more even coverage over your entire body. So if you are wanting to do your back, for example, it's probably better to get somebody else to do it. It just gives you a more even coverage. If you end up with stained hands, then a good way to help take some of the stain out quickly is to mix baking soda with water into a paste. Rub it on your hands, leave it for a few minutes to activate, and then rinse off, and it should take off a lot of the colour. But just be aware that obviously if you're going between your fingers as well, it could well take off the colour that you've applied on the back of your hand. So just be aware of that. You may need to go over those again, just on the back with a very small amount of colour, just so that you don't stain your hands too much. If you find you have got streaks or you've applied too much and you've got, so say on your knees they've taken too much, by using an oil of some description, it will help to break down the tan. But do be aware that if you're using an oil as a moisturizer and you put it all over, your tan will wear off quicker because the oil will break down the tan much faster than a cream moisturizer. So good luck. I hope you get on okay. Please let me know if there's anything else I can help with, and I will speak to you again soon. Thank you. Bye.